give a damn about the cast members of The View, okay? The cast members of The View aren't actually curious or interested in what's happening in the country, constantly share how unknowledgeable they are about important issues that they opine on a regular basis. Like, I'm not interested in The View. What I am interested in is understanding if Biden is that delusional right now, who is making the decisions in this country? Is he aware of what's happening in Gaza or Lebanon? There's not a lot of evidence. Or the West Bank?
All right, folks, let me break this down for you. The View just had an insane interview with Joe Biden. And get this, even Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks is calling them out. Now, when you've got Anna, who's no stranger to progressive opinions, stepping in and saying, The View is off the mark, you know something's seriously wrong. I mean, seriously, how out of touch do you have to be for Anna Kasparian to call you out on your nonsense? Let's be real here. The View is supposed to talk about the real issues going on, right? But instead, we get this shallow, almost delusional conversation that doesn't address anything important. And honestly, Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks, yeah, even she's fed up with it. She's calling out Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of the cast for being completely out of touch. And she's right. People like Anna have realized that the audience wants something real, something authentic. Who's got time for the woke nonsense?
Hey, Mr. President, do you think had you stayed in the race, would you have won?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was confident I would beat Trump.
Joe Biden's delusional. That's it, that's the whole story. Just totally delusional. And it makes me wonder how aware he is of his surroundings and what's currently happening in the country and around the world. Now, he made clear today while appearing on The View that he genuinely thought that if he remained in the race, he would beat Donald Trump, despite all of the evidence to the contrary. We're gonna show you the evidence in just a second, but before we do, let's get to what he had to say about Pelosi pushing him out.
We all agree at this table it's very selfless of you to pass the baton and step aside. There was a perception that perhaps your hand was forced, and some pointed fingers to Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who you have a long relationship with and accomplished many things with. Did you feel that your hand was forced, and what is your relationship with Speaker Pelosi now?
Our relationship is fine. Look.
By the way, guys, what do you think about this? Are you with Anna on this one, or do you think The View is actually doing a good job? Drop a comment below and let me know. I'm really curious to see where everyone stands on this.
I never fully believed the assertions that somehow there was this overwhelming reluctance of my running again. I didn't sense that. And although the polling, as I said, Biden's polling was different, the fact of the matter is my polling was about, we're always within range of beating this guy.
Yeah.
And, what I did was, I think there were, it makes sense. There were some folks who would like to see me step aside so they have a chance to move on. I get that. That's just human nature.
Hey, don't scroll away. Come back.
Because before the video,
the election, how do you not know that? How are you not accepting that? He was going to lose the election. Okay, let's just get to the evidence, okay? So in less than 4 weeks after the debate, Trump widened his lead, okay, over Biden in 3 Rust Belt states that were crucial to Biden's reelection. So that's what you're looking at right now. By July 21st, Trump was up 4 points in Wisconsin, 5 points in Pennsylvania, and 5 points in Michigan. Okay, Biden also lost support in other swing states where he had already been trailing by 4 to 5 points. So take a look at this. By July 21st, Trump was up 6 points in North Carolina and up 7 in Arizona, Georgia, and Nevada. National polling after the debate also had Trump in the lead. I mean, we covered all of this, much to the chagrin of some of the audience members who are like, you're being too mean to Biden. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, we're being mean to Biden by telling you what the polls are saying. Like, you either want to live in reality or you want to live in La La Land, okay? Where everything that you want magically happens. The world doesn't work that way. So a July New York Times and Siena College poll showed.
And seriously, how many times are we going to hear The View just parrot the same old woke talking points? That's why I think Anna Kasparian really hit the nail on the head. She's done with the performative stuff, and frankly, so am I. It's like they've turned their show into a place where the Democrats could just hang out, throw around some lighthearted comments, and move on without any real discussion. If Anna, who's been a pretty strong voice on the left, sees through it, then why can't everyone else?
Trump building a 6 percentage point lead, 49% to 43% over Biden. The Wall Street Journal poll showed Trump with a 6-point lead over Biden compared to a 2-point lead in a survey that the Journal carried out in February. So he was already trailing Trump, which was a problem because the Democrat needs to win nationally by at least 5 points in order to win the Electoral College. So it was bad to begin with. And poll after poll, John, kept saying, by Democratic voters, by the way, Biden is too old. We want anyone else. Literally anyone else. He's too old.
We're going to dig even deeper into this, but hang tight because the next part is going to really show you just how out of touch these folks are. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, but how many cast members of The View were included in that polling?
I don't give a damn about the cast members of The View, okay? The cast members of The View aren't actually curious or interested in what's happening in the country, constantly share how unknowledgeable they are about important issues that they opine on a regular basis. Like, I'm not interested in The View. What I am interested in is understanding if Biden is that delusional right now, who is making the decisions in this country? Is he aware of what's happening in Gaza or Lebanon?
There's not a lot of evidence.
Or the West Bank?
No. The first one was it listed.
But look, it's not just us saying this. When you've got people from the Young Turks, and especially Anna Kasparian, calling out the flaws, you know it's serious. Anna didn't hold back on Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of the gang at The View. She straight up demolished their whole act. And honestly, the more I think about it, the more I realize she's on to something here. These people are treating serious topics like it's a joke. And guess what? People are tired of it. They want substance, not this empty chatter.
So Farrah Griffin,
yes.
I think it was a good question. I mean, look, they could have just not asked about it at all. It could have been a total puff piece, but she brought up a contentious thing. Were you pushed out? What's your relationship with Nancy Pelosi? I think that's good if you have Biden there. It wasn't just like, oh, you're the best, you're amazing, thank you for everything you've done. I thought that was good. I don't know that him saying it there proves that he's delusional, because him saying it there doesn't prove that he believes it. I think he almost has to say it, whether he believes it or not.
He believes it.
I agree. I believe that he believes it, and that's crazy. That's crazy. Look, if he had stayed in, it is possible that things could have tightened up a little bit, a couple of points. He would probably still be trailing, even in that case. It's possible things could have gotten even worse following the 2 assassination attempts, or the one real one, one fake one. But not fake. I mean, like attempt of an attempt. I'm not saying it was fake. So no, he's like, I don't know why people.
Now look, I don't agree with everything Anna Kasparian says, but on this, she's spot on. The problem with The View is that they're completely disconnected from reality. They act like they care about these issues, but it's all about pushing a narrative. You can't sit there and pretend to engage with real topics when you're just living in this little woke bubble. And here's the kicker. People are starting to notice. Even their own audience is waking up to the fact that they're not giving us anything of value. What do you guys think? Do you agree with Anna Kasparian's take on how The View is handling these topics, or do you think they're still relevant? Let me know in the comments below, because this is getting pretty ridiculous.
I don't know why people can't accept evidence, like if it doesn't comport with what they want, and for him to believe that. Remember, there was so much pushback when we were encouraging him to drop out. When
he was replaced by Kamala Harris, and Republicans and Trump supporters were furious about it, was Biden under the impression that Republicans were furious on his behalf because they care about Biden so much and they genuinely felt like he had been wronged?
Yeah.
Or could it be that they much prefer Biden to run against Donald Trump? Because Biden did actually, to be fair to Biden, he did manage to do the impossible, okay? You wanna know what the impossible was? He managed to make Donald Trump look like the less childish one on that debate stage. When Biden brought up golfing and like did this weird like competitive thing about golfing, and it was Trump of all people telling him, let's not act like children here.
Well, Trump also talks a lot about golf, which I think is important because in some swing states, I think that's one of the top 3 things people want to hear about is their comparative putting game. But so you got to get to that at least a little bit.
Listen, Biden, you destroyed your own legacy, okay? In a number of ways. Number one, by being as delusional as you are about this current election. But also number two, by humiliating this country with what you're doing in Israel, allowing Israel to call the shots, come to our country, by the way, and essentially trash Americans who are protesting what Netanyahu is doing in Gaza and the West Bank and Lebanon, and also demand that American taxpayers continue giving up their resources for Israel's atrocities.
Yeah.
Okay?
Add to that list occasionally Iran as well.
Here's the thing. When the Young Turks and Anna Kasparian are calling out the media, it's time to pay attention. Anna is right when she says these people are out of touch. She's gone through this transformation where she takes pride in knowing the details, where she actually cares about what's happening. Meanwhile, you've got the Democrats and The View acting like everything's fine, when we all know that's not true. It's honestly laughable at this point, but at least people like Anna are stepping up and holding them accountable. At the end of the day, we need more voices like Anna Kasparian who aren't afraid to call out the media when they're completely out of touch. The View keeps proving they're disconnected from reality. And it's people like Anna who are saying, enough is enough. Look, guys, we're tired of the fluff. We want real conversations. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you with Anna Kasparian on this, or do you think The View still has something to offer? Drop a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content.